Welcome back, chat. We are on our stream of Dark Souls. Tonight we are going to be starting with the depths. The depths. Yeah, that area. Last stream we finished up with Capra Demon. We explored several areas and beat several bosses, honestly, in the first stream, so that was really cool. We already moved through, made a lot of progress, so that's cool. Finished Bloodborne Monday night as well, so any of you who were following my streams before, we did maybe 6 or 7 streams to finish Bloodborne. So tonight, hello. Tonight we're going to be starting with the depths, and that is eventually going to lead to the Gaping Dragon boss. I might start with trying to... Let me see... Ooh, great opportunity. Woohoo! I'm literally pulling out my arrow so I can start shooting at him, so to draw him down. But that didn't even need to happen, because as I was bringing out my bow, he pretty much just jumped down himself. So here we are. So I wanted to grab this bonfire and this shortcut so that we had it for later. That leads back up to where we fought the Black Knight and where that boar was charging us, and like the chapel and everything. This bonfire is... I don't know. There's a name. I think you can warp to this bonfire later on when we get the warp capabilities, only because this is, as I said earlier, this is where you join the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant. This is the covenant that Solaire is in, and that when this game was more recent, then you would pretty much be able to summon people in for boss fights, and you know, you'd get a sunlight medal, I think, for being able to win the boss fight. So we're gonna, I mean, like I said, I'm already in this covenant. I've gotten all the covenants before, so there's no point in joining, but I wanted to show you this is where the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant is going to be. You can learn a gesture here, Praise the Sun. This is the gesture I was telling you about, people in the Souls community in future games, when they leave their little messages on the ground. This is what they say a lot, Praise the Sun, because it's Solaire. So yeah, that's where this is. That's the shortcut. I think the dragon disappears now, or at least for this cycle, I guess, of resting at a bonfire. It's not going to bother us at the moment, because we have to go back this way. And I can grab these items here. It's a soul, the crossbow, light crossbow, and claymore, which is actually a really good sword. Claymore is a pretty consistent, solid choice in any of the Souls games, but especially for this game, where there's less variety in weapons you can choose from. It's one of the earlier games. Claymore is one of the great options. We are gonna go back down here, the dogs again. This is on Monday where we the run back to Capra Demon. So we're gonna go down the same area. patient just because this area is really annoying. And I don't want to get backstabbed. Come on. I think there's one more surprise attack. Alright, so this is where we killed the Capra Demon. We could have, as I showed you on Monday, you can go down here before fighting the Capra Demon, but you get the key to the depths from the Capra Demon, and so you would only be able to unlock... There's a guy here, by the way, so watch out for that. That's a surprise. Surprise! Oh, that was the real surprise. I'm pretty sure I killed all the dogs, so where did you come from? Oh. Must be one on the side back there. Oh. Ooh. Tough break. One shot at all of them. So, yeah, you can come down here before the Capra Demon. You would only have access to the shortcut, which is up here, and down there with the item, and on the right there's the door, which is to the depths, would be locked until you got the key from the Capra Demon, so, which we have. So there's this archer guy up here. Take him out. I believe this is the shortcut in that tunnel. Yeah, okay, so this is where there was a door back here. We came in here when we were going to the Undead Burg and running up the stairs from the hollows, and I said we would get this later. So this is a shortcut back to the Firelink Shrine and the Undead Burg. And there is an NPC right here. Creepy lady behind these bars.
You still have your senses about you.
Very
and
creepy
why
looking.
won't you buy some of my moss?
Oh, maybe I would buy some of your moss. You need my souls. Well, you can, from her, she's a merchant, you can buy the blood red moss or the purple moss, which you can farm from the tree creatures and the dark root gardens. This one is special and reduces and gets rid of toxic, which purple moss clump actually does not get rid of, even though it's like a type of poison. You need this one specifically for toxin. And then this is what I was saying earlier on Monday. This is a transient curse. You need this item to use if you want to be able to do any damage on the ghosts and then in the new Londo ruins. So we will be needing these for one of the next areas, but not the direct next one. And then you got some resin, which you can apply to your weapon for extra damage. Homeward Bone, another really, really important item, which sends you back to the bonfire without, losing your souls. Humanity, which is what turns you human. Purging Stone, I said on Monday. I went over this item being important to reduce curses. And she also sells some arrows. So, I think I go to her quite frequently if I need the Purging Stones. If I remember correctly, in the past, I would buy them from her and build up. Mostly because I think the depths is one area that actually has curse. That's the only area I've ever really struggled with curse in this game. which is, so the depth is like right down here, and so she's the closest merchant before even getting back to the Firelink Shrine to be able to buy a Purging Stone, which hopefully we don't have to do tonight, but if we do get cursed, I'll be able to show you that. Grab another soul, and with the key, we will unlock. So this is the depths. It's a dark and spooky descent with a lot of things trying to kill you. I mean, which is usual, but this one feels a little personal. Item back here. Just another soul. If it's your first run through, you might want to use that for extra souls so you can level up. And it starts with just these enemies. There are some that pop out though that you see, like this guy down here. Oops, landed the wrong way. Let's kill him on the fall. So there's a bunch of them here. Watch out for these guys with the torch. They just like spam that move, and they can actually do quick build-up damage, as you saw by Stray Demon. I don't like that. Thankfully, this item has some range on it. And then there's this butcher guy who is like one of the main enemies that is in the first part of this place. Oh, he's quite tanky. He does some damage. Oh, fuck. Dodging in the wrong direction. Ugh. Oh, man. My range is off. Am I out of healing? How? God damn. I hope I can backstab him. Yeah, hell yeah. Alright. He's still not dead. Yeah, he's tanky as fuck, so watch out for him. I think there's another one. I am already out of Estus. Why? Alright. So there's a bunch of really annoying dogs down here. Which I'm gonna get killed because I ran out of we can run it back. Okay. I think the dragon might be back though. Oh, we're good. So another fun thing about me is, so I part of the reason I got into wanting to be a streamer, besides the fact that I really, really like video games, and I wanted to like play a lot of my favorite games and kind of have that sense of community with people, is that I like to watch other people stream. Like, that's one of the things. I not only am a streamer, but I also watch other people stream quite frequently, which gives me like tips and ideas that I just like generally enjoy it in my pastime too. So often, sometimes when I'm streaming, ooh, fuck. Carried the shit out of me there. When I'm streaming, I'll have other streamers on as well in the background sometimes, just for funsies. I can kind of hear them while I'm doing my streaming. So today I am listening to Saber's stream where she's talking about gender and different gender identities right now. She was one of the streamers that actually kind of inspired me to get into streaming. I really, really like her streams on gender. She also plays a lot of video games. She posts content on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and, you know, Instagram and all that fun stuff too. She does a lot for trans healthcare and giving tips for people who are trans and that kind of stuff. And she's a trans gamer, so she's really cool. So give her a follow. Her tag is bottleneck loser. So you can go give her a follow. That's who I'm listening to tonight in the background while I stream. She's really cool. Yeah, so, yeah, give her a follow. And I will also plug some other cool streamers if I happen to be watching them on any given night. Oh, there's a backstab. There's a backstab. Okay. So, yeah, that's just something I wanted to I also don't know if you can hear, probably not. So, that's what that is. I'm gonna have to move through this beginning area pretty quickly because every time I run down here, I'm running out of healing because I have not leveled up that bonfire. Just jump back down here actually and come up over here. This is the area that I was talking about where there's going to be another NPC that we save. We found the one on Monday night stream that was down in that alley that I just came down in the side door, but there's another one to save in here. This is the one that the NPC was talking about with the hat.
Thank you. I would have been a sucker without you. Been eaten alive, I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, or the Great Spawn. I will not forget my debt to you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello there.
Fine, thanks to you. Oh, hello.
Okay, so he's good. He's going to be going back up to the top in the Firelink shrine, and then we can buy, I think he sells pyromancy. Then there's going to be another butcher guy down here. I think I heard him come behind me. But I'm going to ignore him because... Yeah, so there's an item here. Really? He's going to take my whole health? Alright.
These hazmat materials. Dude, they're selling fucking...
Alright, so... We are coming back down. just gonna see if I can run through. This might be a hard area to just run through, but I'm a pro at it. I've been running through these soul areas since 2023 because I don't like to waste my time fighting rando enemies. Just because the game wants it. Fuck that. I do it. Alright. La la la. Can't touch me. I think I remember there was a chest back there, and it looked like it was safe because the chain was pointed in the right direction. So go grab that if you want whatever's in there. I'm not really sure. I don't remember that. It's on the other side there. I don't really want to grab that right now. I literally fell right back into the same trap because I wanted to grab my souls. If that moves through my whole health bar, I will be flabbergasted. That was close. Alright. Really? 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 Alright. I'm gonna die here because what the fuck?
2 days ago?
Yeah, these games are not for the faint of heart. They can be quite frustrating at times. Low-key traumatizing. So just be ready for frustration. It's something you're gonna have to deal with a lot playing these games. They are they're meant to be frustrating, they're meant to be difficult. They are actually rated as some of the hardest video games out there. There are articles that say like top whatever 10 hardest video games. There will be probably 2 to 3 Souls games, whatever article you read. So just be prepared for that. They're so much fun. And also the sense of, they're challenging, which makes them even more fun. Like, brings a sense of dopamine and euphoria when you're able to, like, overcome the boss or the challenge, which is so awesome. And they're, definitely, like, a really fun high fantasy game, so I do recommend them, but just be prepared for that, because they can be quite frustrating at times. They are not just, like, easy playthroughs, I guess. Require a lot of skill and skill development, so you gotta like learn the game really well. You have to learn to overcome challenges. Where was the chest? It was down here. I'm gonna get gamed. Oh yes, so that's there's so many. Okay, so you can go down through this water area too to come up where we just were before instead of dropping down. So what I grabbed there was a large ember, and that is actually a super important item, so I'm glad I went back for it. You need that item to give to the weaponsmith. To upgrade smithing. You're gonna come down here, you're gonna immediately. Oh, I fucking died. Yeah, so there's a bunch of those things up at the top of the ceiling. You gotta run through that gauntlet and avoid them, and then you find the last little guy guarding, and that's the bonfire. So I was literally right there. But what was I saying? Oh, the Launch Ember. It's an upgrade item for the smith, so you can upgrade. Seriously, I know that dragon's coming through again. 10 Estus, yeah. It is imperative this run through that I go back to previous areas and upgrade them to the absolute max before I finish this playthrough, because this is so frustrating not to have enough healing in some of these early areas. And I like never give a fuck when I'm farther through the game, because like in these early areas, but then I have to think of my future self who's going to be potentially playing through the game again and needing extra Estus when they're running back to the depths on new Anor. Come on. Well, we're not going to be stopping for the chest this time, so hopefully... I'm not going to stop for the item either where the guy jumps on our head until I get to the bonfire. And try and trigger him to... How far are they going to chase me? Guys, I don't want to play with you. I'm gonna backstab this guy so he doesn't follow us. Alright, so we have to do this. Alright, so see up there's all those slime things. We have to basically kind of tentatively come down and trigger them to fall without actually having to run up. And then it's just this last guy who's going to backstab. And right through this door, I have the master key, so I get this bonfire right away. It's a secret bonfire because the key is probably further down in the depths. I don't remember where the key is, to be completely honest, if you don't have a master key, which is why that is one of the most imperative items for me on the first playthrough. But you basically just have to risk more and have a longer run back. Coming down here is where we're going to progress. Back through here. Launch me. I literally was stepping back. Alright. He didn't kill us before. Very nearly, though. Alright, so this item... Oh, are you kidding me? It's just this item. I don't know. That's what that item is. Come back through here. This is officially, like, going towards the depths. Come through here and advance this way, or you can go down where I just broke these boxes. There's a ladder. That's a shortcut, so we can't go down there yet. We have to unlock it from the backside, but once we do unlock it, we'll be able to go down that way. This place is kind of a maze. Watch out for that rat. He comes out of the box. That's the main way we're supposed to go with the purchasing item. I like to go through the side way before I progress. Because I want to make sure I do a great axe. So that's, you know, that'll be a decent early game weapon to grab if you're strength build. Want some variety. So here, the sewer chamber key. That might be, that key that I just grabbed might be the key that you need. There's a doorway down here. I'm gonna go grab that item. Soul. It's not a boss. But so this is kind of a side area, and this is not required to progress. I don't think. I think you have to go down that side door back there that I showed you. That's kind of hidden. But if you're, so there's a channeler down here. So if you're looking for the platinum to get in the trophy of all the weapons, the special weapons, one of those weapons is the channeler's trident. So you will need to get really high luck and maybe use some rusted coins and stuff to farm them. The ideal spot for farming them is in the Duke's archive later in the game, which I'll show you, but there is one down here. Rats coming out of these boxes, just so you know. There's a item back here, which is why I came back here. Large Titanite shard for upgrading your weapon. More rats. There's always more rats. So another rat. Around this way. Slime. They're not really hard to fight, and they don't do a lot of damage when they're not falling on your head from above. But they are kind of like stocky. So like every game you find them in, I think Elden Ring included, because they're in other Souls games, they're just like hard to kill, but they're not hard to fight, if that makes sense. They're not strong enemies. So watch out for this. There is a, if you're whipping through this area and you're not really looking, there's all sorts of shit you gotta watch out for. Double tap. Jump. Soul. There's the rat. We're gonna ignore him, I think. Oh, there's a giant rat. So this guy tanks damage. He's like a mini boss kind of guy. I like to do this. I like to cheese him. Draw him over here where he can't go in the door, and then take some shots on him. There, we got one there. This is just a safe way, in my opinion, to kill him. You can just fight him as normal if you want. And I think he drops humanity, yeah. A lot of the rats in this area can drop humanity, which is awesome. It's a great way to farm humanity because it's the item that you're going to basically want to use throughout the game. The more important item is where that door was that we couldn't get in. Side. I think this slides down. I don't remember 100% because I don't trust it. And I know that we didn't go everywhere back here, so I'm going to come back here. Oh, that was great. I'm poisoned again. This is why we got that secret bonfire. This place is heinous. The other way, there's going to be another trap here. It's kind of hidden by the water. Fall down there. And at some point we're going to want to fall down just so we can probably explore everything. But not yet. Okay, so this brings us back to where I've never killed these rats. This is like where we first came down. I'm gonna show you. This poison is annoying me. Normally I don't care because I have a lot of health, but I'm gonna. If I have any, yeah, purple moss. So this is how you get rid of poison. This is that door I was looking at before. When we came down here, you just immediately right, and if you fall down, you're gonna be with these lizard gecko thingies, and they are really dangerous because they spew a gas that builds up that curse that I was talking about, and it kills you instantly if it builds all the way up, and also curses you, so your health will be half of it. And they're in every iteration of the Souls game, and they always, well, maybe not Sekiro, but they're in all the Souls games in Elden Ring. They always shoot that gas that builds up, and in Elden Ring, I think it's called Death Blight, and you just like die. It's the same in these games. In this game, you're also cursed. So, best to deal with them quickly and not get trapped in an area where you can't really escape and like, back into a corner, then you'll just, the gas is in the street. Rats. Lots of rats. Some of them drop humanity. That's all I have to say about rats. And then this area is kind of when you finally, kind of made it. There's all these slimes. Because I believe this is where you get the cutback. There's a door here and there's a door back there. This door. Where did this one go? Yeah, so this is the boss run back. And down here is the shortcut that leads to the boss run back. This is that door. And the ladder. That leads back to the bonfire that we unlocked using the master key. Back up to 10 Estus, reset everything, and then that's when we can come back down the ladder. Don't take any fall damage, ladder there, but hey, you can choose either way. And then let's go through. There's a merchant up here, and I don't remember if I'm thinking of Dark Souls 3, but I feel like there's also, there might be an illusory wall. I might be totally tripping. Right here. No. Okay. I'm tripping. Anyway, there's a merchant. Right here.
And good day to you. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just a peddler of sorts. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
He's got some unique items. You can learn a gesture here. Joy. Gold pine resin, which applies lightning to your right-handed weapon, and the reason he sells this is because the next boss is technically considered a dragon, and so they are usually weak to lightning. So I think he's weak to lightning. Bottomless box, if you don't already have it. And then he also sells crystal weapons. Crystal weapons are absolute ass if you are a melee build. Do not invest in those if you don't know much about the weapons, but they are good for magic users, so they are kind of imbued and centered around magic. So yeah, I don't use them, but I have them all. And then he sells this set, which is, I believe, what he's actually wearing. He sells his armor. some really unique things, but they're very expensive. They're 20,000 souls each. I don't.
Well, that is a shame.
I probably already have them. That's locked for now. That leads to the next area. So I believe the key is probably with the boss. Alright, you come back here. I think there's some, before going down, I think there's something back here. No, it's on the next, the floor under this. Another stairs going down. I think it's over here. They look identical. Yeah, there's another. Heavy crossbow and heavy bolt. So we got the light crossbow earlier. It's the heavy one, and this is the boss. The gaping dragon. If any of you play Night Room, you might look familiar. Simple, but you have to follow. Do not get in front of him. There's a standard hard leather set there. So what happens is he charges you and does massive damage, if not kills you instantly, if you're in front of him. So just go to his side. Does do that tail swipe, so watch out when you're directly behind him, and he will reset the distance there with that giant slam that also will most likely kill you pretty quickly. He is another, I brought this up with the Gargoyles boss in this game. If you're looking for the platinum with the Knight's Honor trophy, to get all the unique weapons, you'll have to chop off his tail. So he's another boss that you can get his tail. There's a few of them in this game. Let me see if I can. Dragon King Great Axe. Yeah. So he squishes and then he charges forward to see how it basically kills him. It's a simple boss, it's not a difficult boss, but you do have to make sure you don't get squished. That attack where he swishes before moving forward. And if you are trying to attack his side, So that's the Gaping Dragon, so that's the first boss we've beaten tonight. We're gonna come back up. And this is where we use the key, as I said, from the boss. So this is a connection to Blighttown. So that's probably what we'll do next, I believe. We got to go down to Blighttown at some point. The boss down there, the first one is Chaos Witch Quelaag, and there's the second bell that we have to ring is down there. This area is heinous. I really am going to try and move through it as quickly as possible. I'm not going to be super detailed. It's just really not fun. I'll try and show you guys as much as possible of the items. That's just a big soul. These guys are the main enemies for the whole upper level of Blighttown. They are the Blighttown residents. There are also these guys who shoot poison darts and does toxic, which is worse than poison. It hurts you faster, and you need the other moss clump that I showed you, the blooming purple one. Heal toxic. There's a shadow set down here. So it's basically Blighttown is just like watchful again. It's like area. It's like a town that they've built out of wood, like high above Quelaag's domain. And it's these, there's like a lot of interweaving, and there's freaky guys everywhere. It's really easy to get lost, and confused, and not know where you're going. And there's also a lot of items. Yeah, I'm dead. There's a lot of items in like a small area, but you have to like navigate the right way to get them all and like completely clear through the area. Meanwhile, it is absolutely heinous. So that is one way to get to Blighttown. That is the main way to get to Blighttown if you do not have the master key. That's the way that you're probably going to go if you're your first playthrough. That's the front of it. I am gonna go back up and go in a kind of a back way that I showed you guys, kind of like I pointed it out earlier in the stream on Monday, because I had the master key. This is not a fun area to backtrack through, but Blighttown's not a fun area either, and I'd rather go in with it. Apparently, I'm gonna have to draw those guys out of my way. I'm just gonna ruin absolutely everything. Really? You're still there, huh? Well, now you're dead. Alright. Up we go. We are gonna go up and out. We're back in the Burg. We're gonna go up this stairwell. Where this lady was. Back through the tunnel. This goes up to the Undead Burg. We can go out this way. If you remember these guys from the beginning. Oh, also just to note, there is an item back here. You have to be really careful with walking past them, just kind of walk into these pillars. There's a ring of sacrifice, which is a ring that you temporarily use once to save your souls, and it breaks upon use. You do have to jump this, which I just fucked up. Yeah, you can't just like walk on that part, you have to jump. But there's an enemy standing there if you haven't killed it. So, we're all the way back down in the depths. And we get to do the depths and Blighttown this stream. The only other place worse than these two areas in this game is Tomb of the Giants. Dark Souls, Blighttown is famous in Dark Souls 1 as being one of the worst places. Tomb of the Giants is also famous for being one of the worst places in this game. There's an area in Demon Souls, I can't quite remember because that came before this game, where there's this giant swamp with a bunch of like water and boardwalks through the whole area. I think that place is even worse. Fuck that place. So what I don't understand is when they're dead and their bodies are like falling down and dying right here, how they still block you from going even though they're technically dead. Like, they're dead. They can't block you. I'm dragging a guy with me. But I can't remember what it's called, but that if anyone's played Demon Souls, that place with the giant lake and like the boardwalks, and it comes from like this like poisonous jungle type area before that, and it's just like that place is awful. I think that place is even worse. But I think ever since that place in Demon Souls, they were just like, hey, every Souls game, we're going to make a place that's so horrid that players will want to quit and give up and never play the game again. And they have. They have consistently, in every Souls game, made that place. This game, it's Blighttown and Tomb of the Giants. Dark Souls 2 is the whole game. No, I'm just kidding. Trying to remember. Oh, it's the Gulch. The Gulch is the version of what I'm talking about in Dark Souls 2. I also think the run back to Blood and Zealand is snowy, but it's like absolutely terrible. And then in Dark Souls 3, which I think is the least bad of them, it's Farron Keep and Farron Swamp. But you run through a swamp that does poison damage, and like that's the equivalent of that place. So this is the guy.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromise. At least
that we saved.
Incidentally,
Would you? You're clearly talented. Besides, I owe you.
I think down in
Of
the
course we will require
alleyways and
some-
that side door. Yes.
Splendid.
I think you have
Very
to have
well.
a certain amount of
I am
intelligence
pleased to have a chance
for
to
him
give
to
something
agree to
well
sell
done.
you magic. He sells spells, a catalyst, and these 2 rings, one that boosts sorcery and one that extends
Goodbye,
the
then.
length
Do
of
stay
spells.
safe.
And then up here is the guy we just saved in the depths, which is
Well, I
the
see you made it.
pyromancy
Yeah,
guy. He was in the
I have
barrels.
my. Oh yeah. I think you have enough. I'll be pleased to.
And if you have, you know, you can say yes to him
Oh,
too.
really?
He'll
But, I'm on the
teach you
street. I mean,
pyromancies, which is fire spells.
Oh hello.
I
I'm
feel like
pleased to see
they
you
are the
safe.
most accessible
I'll be
to
pleased to-
learn. Wait, did I say
Oh
no?
really? But.
I already said yes. Oh wait, did I? I wouldn't read what he said. Hold
Oh hello. I'm pleased. Oh.
on. Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that. Here. But
Oh, he gives you the. I don't know why you didn't give me that the first time. So he gives you this pyromancy flame,
flame from
which
the
is
great
like
swamp.
a hand thing that you have to
Now
use as
you're
an
a
item.
fully fledged. Well, let's.
And then you can purchase these pyromancy spells from him, and you can upgrade your pyromancy
Goodbye
flame.
then. No, you did.
This bonfire has 20 because it's one of the main ones.
Did you see her? That virtuous little maiden, complete with followers in tow. They're probably
dialogue.
going straight to pillage graves. I've heard enough about the lady for a lifetime. What absolute rubbish. Have you been to the ruins of New Londo below? Just head down the stairs and take the lift. It's certainly worth a visit. It was once an undead city. You may find a clue or two, unless the ghosts find you first.
So he warns us here of the ghosts, which I was telling you guys about.
How did that nutty sorcerer make it back?
I saved him.
Unexpected. But I suppose stranger things have happened. How did that old man make it
I
back?
saved him too.
Unexpected. But I
So he
suppose
comments on
stranger
all the
things
people
have
that you bring back to the Firelink shrine.
Oh, have you seen that terribly morose lass? The Firekeeper. She's stuck keeping that bonfire lit.
He tells us about
Sad,
the fire
really. She's
keeper.
mute and
He was
bound
in
to
the
this
cage.
force. They probably cut her tongue out back in her village. How do these martyrs keep chugging along? I'd peter out in an instant. I'm not up.
And that's all. So if you come up here, there are some more people here now in his.
Oh, have my
Covenant.
guests have finally arrived.
He was telling
I
you
will
about
be
the guests
departing with them short. So,
earlier.
I'm afraid it was a.
He said he's going to be moving out soon.
Oh, miracles!
So make sure you get. Oh, and he's got the shrug gesture. So make sure you get the miracles that you want.
Come again.
He's also. I don't think these guys say anything.
Hmm? You look all... Times
No,
are
he
grim.
does.
At least you don't you dare. You might scare her off for good.
He's pretty rude.
Oh. I don't suppose we accompany my... It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her.
They're
And
saying
Nico,
they're on a
too.
mission and
Can't
they have
very
to
well
guard
abandon
her.
them now.
This big guy here is Nico.
Oh, we're to leave. The catacombs aren't exactly my idea
They're
of a
leaving
good time.
for the catacombs,
Rary
which
or
is,
not. Oh, we're to the cat.
So and then you can talk to her.
You
She's
are
with your
undead as
problem.
well. Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission, and you no doubt have yours.
She has a
Must
quest
not
line
let
that you
this
can
curse
complete in
overcome
this
us.
game.
Did I not explain the... Who are you, by the looks? Did I not... Who...
Where did I say we were going? Oh yeah, Blighttown. Yeah, so this place is bustling. So, no, not yet.
Oh, I'm considering a change of location.
It's telling you he's
I
going to
have
be
a
moving
rather
soon.
pressing matter to attend to up above. That keeper has served me well, but enough with her.
He makes an ominous kind of threat towards the Firekeeper.
Oh,
So this is the new Londo ruins, which we'll be going to soon. And then right here, the back entrance to Blighttown that we're going to be going through. We can go directly from the Firelink Shrine. There's these big ogre guys. They're kind of stocky. I run right by them. And this brings you... So this kind of completely bypasses Blighttown. Or at least the main area of Blighttown. So if you want to explore Blighttown and get all the items, there is a bonfire up there in Blighttown. You can come to and come down the front way. This is the back way. So I'll show you guys the back way that you can unlock. When you go down the front way for the first time, you can come up the back way and unlock that shortcut right there. The key is probably somewhere in this area, but I have a master key, so I don't need to do that. Instant access to the back way. So there's going to be these mosquitoes attacking you, and also that guy shoots toxic damage again. Fire bugs, and so we're going to board this water wheel. Chest. Sorcery. Let me guys know. That was English. Let me know, guys, if you want me to run through the top of Blighttown. If somebody specifically wants to see that, I will make it happen. It's just not my favorite, because that'll be the most relevant for new players on how to get through. Back way is so nice. I mean, none of this area is nice, but go down all the ladders, and you're pretty much right at the bonfire at the bottom, which is the run back here. So nice. Such a nice area. That's I'll explore a little bit for you guys down here. I don't mind. And have the bonfire where I can just run back to the boss. I just hate being all the way up down. There's a soul here. Guys, right there is the Great Club. I think you can backstab these guys. I like backstab. There's going to be a lot of those mosquitoes. So much poison. Just walking in the swamp builds up poison. So for me, at this point, there's not even a point to use the purple moss clump every single time I get poisoned, because I just run out of them immediately. Another big soul. Follow me to the ends of the earth. Oh, now you want to back away? Over here, this leads up to Blighttown. See, it goes all the way up. There's a bunch of ladders and stuff. That's the front way. When you come down the bottom from the front way, that's where you can. Disgusting leech enemies that try and attack you in this area. Over here, large titanite shard for upgrading the weapons. I'm infamously do this. The server is a weapon. Unique weapon. I think that's the end of over there. So up here, there's a tree root. I didn't know this until I beat this whole game, did everything, didn't even know this existed. But when I went to get the platinum, I discovered this tree root comes up. So there's an item here. The plank shield, it's the worst shield in the game, which is kind of ironic. There's an invisible wall right here, guys. I never knew that. The whole time I played this, I had to look up, there's a specific covenant to get all the covenants and get platinum. I didn't know this was here. So there's a chest here. It looks like it's okay, but I'm gonna hit it. Twin humanities, right? So and then you think you're good, you're done? No. There's another invisible wall. And this leads to a whole unique area. There's this giant tree, and it goes all the way down, and there's like this hidden beach down there, and there's another Hydra. We haven't fought the first Hydra. It's in the forest area where I beat Sif and the Moonlight Butterfly. But we'll come down here later, after we get the warp capability, after the mid-game. But I just wanted to let you guys know that was there. Like I said, I literally played this game almost 2 times completely through and did not know that existed. So I just wanted you guys to know that exists. At the bottom, there's going to be a secret covenant. So if you're looking to get all of the trophies for each discovering all the covenants, there's a unique one down there. There's also another hidden secret, unique one up past after we get the boss, which I will show you as well. Part of the good thing about me having platinum this game and learned all the fun secrets is I get to share them all with you on stream. Seems like there's a lot of bonfires that I need to reinforce. Okay, we're gonna do the run on the boss now. Her name is Quelaag. There's gonna be an NPC over here too afterwards. He's the leader, captain of all those NPCs that tried to attack you in the forest before you come into the cats. Got another Titanite charm, and there's also an NPC. Oh. They attack you with that fire. There's also an NPC right here after the boss, who sells pyromancies, and I think is required for the platinum. There's specific spells that you can only get from pyromancy. Especially annoying tonight. I usually come in from the left side, that's why. But anyway, this boss, a lot of the fans of these games are straight men, I'll just say it, and this boss is very popular among them. Chaos Witch Quelaag. Now we won't have to get all the items and shit. I like coming from the left side. I just feel like it avoids the run from people better. Because they're literally all on the right side. They still attack you, but... Oh, well they don't if you come all the way over to the left. So that's the Quelaag fight. Like I said, most of the bosses in this game are not too difficult for me. I've already learned their patterns, what I can exploit. I'm very over-leveled, but she can be challenging for first-time players, and she's got all those like lava attacks that coat the arena. She explodes. Her fire sword does a lot of damage. So you're gonna want to equip something that like resists fire. And this is the second bell that we have to ring. That gate that's being raised right now is Sen's Fortress. That's where we met Siegmeyer, the NPC. And it's over by the Undead Parish, so we can advance now in that direction through there towards Anor Londo. The boss of Sen's Fortress is the Iron Golem, and then we can enter Anor Londo. But we're not, that's way far away right now. From where I am at the moment, we're going to be coming down here. This is a shortcut for later in the game. And remember how I said there was another hidden covenant you could join in this area? There's another invisible wall here.
Oh dear. What have we here?
This guy's disgusting.
Are you a new servant?
Yeah.
No matter. I pray.
So he sells some stuff once you kind of join this covenant, and there are he's got some specific spells that are required to get all the spells for the platinum. There's a bonfire here that we'll be able to warp to later, and then this is Quelaag's sister. You can't. So this is where you can join the covenant. You can also reinforce your Estus flask here. She's technically a firekeeper. You can't talk to her until you get a specific item. That way you can understand her. I think it's a ring or something. She's also very popular with the men. I think there is a cutback through here or something, but that's for later. And you have to get it from the other side. So, yeah, I wanted to show you guys that this was here too. Joining that covenant gets a trophy and is required for the platinum, and there's some items in there that are as well. Also. And then we're going to come down through here. This whole area from here on is the Demon Catacomb area, or Ruins area that I was kind of referencing in my first stream, Demon Ruins, and more of these gross guys. If you attack these guys, their egg sac on their back will break open, and then a bunch of larvae will come out, and they're disgusting. But these guys also do a unique grab attack that many players in the game didn't know existed at first. If you aggro them, don't move and let them slowly crawl up to you, and if they do a grab attack where they kind of suck on your head, it plants an egg there. It's so gross, but and then you'll notice over time if it plants successfully, your character will start scratching their head. And after a while, you'll get one of those egg sac things that grows over your head like a helmet, and at that point, that's when you can go back and talk to the guy back there that said, but you have no egg on your head. It's called an egg vermifuge or something. Vermituge. Yeah. So this whole area is right now peaked in lava. There's a bunch of demons down there that if you can see, and there's an item and everything. There's a boss we have to beat. There's the fog gate called the Ceaseless Discharge. And once we beat that boss, all that lava will drain and we'll be able to advance. And I'll advance as far as I can in this area. There is going to be one of those golden fog gates that prevents us from going further until we progress farther in the game up above. But we'll get there. Now, this boss, I never fight it for real. You can fight it for real, but there is a cheese for this boss, and I think it's really funny, and I do it every time. So for the cheese, you're going to run all the way past the boss. The boss does not aggro you until you touch a specific item. And once you pick that item up, the boss will then try and kill you. And what we're going to do is run all the way back here, and I'll show you. But if you actually wanted to fight him for real, you have to wait until he attacks you and slams his big hand thing down, and then attack that. So that's the Ceaseless Discharge. It's basically like a lava monster. Like I said, he doesn't aggro you yet, but when you do this fight, basically if you want to fight him for real, that's his face right there, then what he does is he spouts lava all over this area and then tries to slam you with his fist, and he'll like leave his fist down for a certain period of time, and that's what you attack. And then this item that you're gonna get over here can also help you with the boss, because the item we get is the gold rimmed set, which is an outfit that is highly resistant to fire, and it's very light, so it doesn't burden you a lot, and so that's a good set to wear actually for this specific boss. But I'm not gonna actually fight him for realsies, so I'll show you the cheese. Once you pick this up, he'll aggro. Gold hound. That's what might kill me if I can't get by. So he spouts lava like that and just like slams his arm down. So what we do is run through that back alley and all the way back towards the fog gate in which we entered. When we do this, all the way back to the gate and turn around, and what's going to happen is the boss does a big jump like that and tries to reach us. At this point, you can just attack him until he's dead, but what's going to happen is he's going to fall down before that. And he falls and his health bar moves. That's that boss. And then the lava, you know, is going to be sucked up here. I never fight that boss for real. I don't know, to be honest, don't know what the experience is like. I can imagine it's quite annoying and frustrating. And there's no reason to. I think it's kind of a stupid boss anyway. But I just use that gimmick. And it still works to this day, and it's nice. You can move through the game quicker. You get the boss souls and the items there, and you clear the way to go forward. So, down here, there is an army of what will look very familiar to you guys. It is the first boss of Taurus demons. That's why I said that some bosses, like early on, will be a boss, and then you'll see them as a regular enemy later. Once you get to a certain distance from them, they start rushing you. And there are two items back there, both of which involve walking through lava. The best strategy to do that is to get a specific shield in this game. I think the Black Iron Great Shield, and then put on that set that we just got, the gold hem set, and move through the lava really quick, and then grab the items. But you have to fight each and every one of these individual Taurus demons first, and I'm not going to do that at this very second. I usually do it every run through. The items, I believe, one is a sorcery and the other is an ember, but I don't remember. And then over here you'll see another familiar boss that we already fought, is the Capra demon. And there's an item right here. It's a soul. Remember, he was in that tiny little arena with all the dogs. I'm just gonna pretty much wreck him because of my level. If you come through this area when you're a human, you'll get invaded. There are several areas in the game where if you're a human, an invader PvP person will come in. It's not an actual player. But I remember that, and I am hollowed, so they won't invade me. So this is the demon ruins. As you can see, there's a giant yellow fog gate down there, and that is blocking a boss. The fire demon. Wait, that's not what it's called. Jesus Christ, I'm completely blanking. It's basically the stray demon and the asylum demon, but on fire. It's like the same version of it. So there's a bunch of Capra demons here again. There's a Taurus demon or two down there. So I'm gonna show you a trick. There's a secret bonfire right here. it's not really a secret, but... So, there's a giant worm right there, and a soul. And as you can see, there's a bonfire right here, but you can't access it until you kill this worm. And as you can see, if you attack the worm, he does this side sweep and does massive damage. So the best thing to do is to equip a bow. No. And just pick him off. Slowly but surely. And here's the bonfire. I'm going to run back and see it's 20 because I have. You can only come here and move through that fog gate after you get mid-game, which is where you get the thing to upgrade bonfires. So this one has been fully upgraded to 20. Put some of my shit away that I've gotten this run through. Because I like, as you saw from my Bloodborne run through, I like to organize everything nice and neat in my boxes. Sure, it has nothing to do with being neurodivergent. I've got multiple versions of all of these items because this is my third run through of the game. So every item that you get that's unique to each game playthrough, I've got 3 of at this point. I don't need that many, but up in my inventory. I like to only have what I need and what I'm going to be using in my inventory, and if I need something later, I come back and grab it from my bottomless box. This is the, besides Demon Souls, this is the OG way of putting stuff in a box, and you have to do it, obviously, as you can see, very slowly. It's kind of annoying. It takes a long time. But it gets better. I have a shit ton of these. It gets better in Dark Souls 2 and beyond. A little bit easier to manage. You basically have to come to the item and hit L1 or R1 to move it in and out of the box. I haven't gotten... enough of a tutorial. You guys can figure out the rest by exploring. And hopefully it helps show you how to deal with some of these bosses. I'll do my armor sets too. Only thing I'm going to keep is the Black Knight set. At least keep on me. Also, I'm moving pretty quickly, but you guys can also see all of the sets that I've gotten. All the different ones that are options in this game. This is Solaris set, which is pretty cool. Black Iron. Yep, see, I did buy this once from the guy, so I have one set of those. This is the Katarina set that you can look like the Onion Knight. You look like Lautrick, maybe? Big hat. This is the Crimson set. Looks like I only got this on 2 run-throughs. was actually, so another thing you'll hear about Souls games is people call them fashion Souls sometimes because they like to get really drippy, cool armor and then wear that. I like that gold hemmed one because you look like a Reaper, and it's really cool and edgy. That's one of my favorite sets in this game. It's not very, doesn't have like very thick protection for armor. It's a light armor and it's very flimsy. See this Black Knight set, and that's my Black Knight set's all my other favorite armor in the game. And the Silver Knight set is also pretty cool. But yeah, I like that one. I like the Gold Hound. Here's Havel's set. Some unique, special items there. There are some items down there. We are gonna go back up at this point because we've done everything we can really down here. I mean, I can go through and grab those items, but we can do that later because we have to come back here anyway. So I'm just gonna run through the Capra demons. Be careful, they do pack a punch if they manage to hit you. So we've beaten Quelaag and the Ceaseless Discharge down here as bosses. So I believe that brings us to 3 bosses this stream, because we did the Gaping Dragon as well so far. And now we can advance to Sen's Fortress and into Anor Londo to get mid-game. We can also go through the new Londo ruins and fight the 4 kings. I think those are the 2 main areas we would go next. I'm pretty sure we can fight the 4 kings right now. I don't think we have to wait till after mid-game, but I could be wrong. So I'm gonna rest at this bonfire just in case we die on the way back. Each bonfire I rest at is a little bit less of a run back that I'll have to do. You talk to once you get that egg thing on your head. I wish we could warp already. That bonfire right there is one we can warp through. For a long time, I didn't think there was any down here that we could warp to, and I was just like, that's so dumb to like have a whole area where you couldn't warp to once you unlock the warp, and because it's such a long run back, you have to go all the way from the Firelink Shrine down through Blighttown. But you only get that as a warp option, which makes the run back so much quicker with the warp. If you discover it, basically, there's a hidden wall, and so if you don't find it, you don't get it as a warp option. But it was just like it didn't make any sense. Every other main area had at least some checkpoint you could warp to, and this whole Demon Ruins was like you had to go all the way back from the beginning, from Firelink. So I was like, that doesn't make any sense, but you can warp there. My naked ass running all the way back up through Blighttown. So again, we're gonna go back up the back way, same way we came down. I am also going to go rest at the bonfire here. Make the run back quicker. If you die, you will thank me for this if you get confident and then try and make it all the way back. And when you die, then all of a sudden you're all the way back in the Demon Ruins. I have been there. I have been cocky and confident and been like, I know this game. That's fine. And then I've jumped off the edge or done something stupid or gotten pinned down. caught and killed by an enemy. It happens. Rest here. I thought this one would be like a good one to warp to. That's why I was like, for a while I was like really annoyed that that wasn't one I could warp to. Because I'm like, that would be an ideal spot. You can pretty much access Blighttown, you can access Quelaag's domain, and then you can go on the Demon Ruins, but it's because that other one is the one I warp to. I didn't know. So we'll be going up. And the mosquitoes are going to follow us, so they're one of the few enemies that can follow me across this whole area and bug me. Literally. Pun intended. Alright. Up we go. Yeah, see? Just when you think you're safe, you're never safe. Fast-acting poison, so we're going to climb basically all the way up these ladders that we came down. This is why when you have the master key, there is the room through Blighttown, unless it's your other ladder here, unless it's your first playthrough and you want to collect everything. To New Londo Ruins. There we go. And the last part is we just have to run past these ogres without dying. And free. If they do that little yell thing, it's actually ideal because they don't really attack you. That's like, instead of an attack, they can do that, and then you're pretty much good. All three of them did it, so we're clear. Clearly done that run back way too much. At some point there's also an armor, a special armor set down that way. There's like one of the witches sets. I can't remember, you have to do something to unlock it. We are in New Londo. But remember the last bonfire we rested at is all the way back down by Quelaag's domain, so we're not clear yet. We have to get back up to the bonfire. Just in case something were to happen. Also, if you have a lot of souls, which I do, I have 119,000, but I don't. That's not even enough for me to level up, so. So, this is a problem, which I forgot. So, Lautrec is gone. And so is the Firekeeper. And then we see this dingy, blood-stained set and a black eye orb here. And if we examine, the Firekeeper is dead. So you basically get the Firekeeper set and then a black eye orb, which is an item to invade the world of Guilty. And the problem with this is that the Firelink shrine is now out. Firekeeper is absent, cannot light bonfire, so this is no longer accessible right now as a bonfire to run back from, which is, so until we go and do something in a certain area to fix this problem and use that black eye orb we just got, this is no longer somewhere we can rest at, so we are still not safe. The last bonfire we've rested at is down by the Quelaag's domain. He will probably have some new dialogue.
The second bell?
Because we rung the second bell, and now the Firekeeper's gone, so.
But now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you. Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here.
think he's referring to
Maybe
the
it's time
Firekeeper's
I do something about
dead
it.
body. And then he says, maybe it's time I do something about it. So this is the first time we hear
Maybe it's
him have any ambition or want to move at all. And he does indeed move locations. So, where are we going next? We're going to Sen's Fortress or New Londo Ruins, so... I kind of want to do New Londo Ruins next if I can. Well, I don't remember if I can yet or not, to be honest. And it might be better. Sen's Fortress and Anor Londo are big places, and they're important to move through the game and get to the midway point so then we can warp. I don't know why, I just kind of want to get the Four Kings out of the way, but I might have to wait anyway, so. The next area we will go, I guess, is Sen's Fortress. So we're going to come up back here to the Undead Parish. We're going to rest at this bonfire, which is one of my favorite bonfires. This is also a warpable bonfire. So no, yeah, I need 467,000 souls and 194 to level up. So I have 1/4 of that. So as you can see, this door is now open. Sen's Fortress is now accessible. This place is a little bit like a maze. And the enemies in here are all like snake men. This place can be frustrating. So you immediately get shot at by a trap. And these snake men attack you. I'm gonna run by as much as possible here, just because I know this area well, so I guess pay attention. There are these big, yeah, whatever they are, saws or whatever. There's somebody sniping at you with magic, and there's this snake guy. I usually try and push him off the edge. But you have to do it quick or you get attacked. And you can drop down here. There is an area to explore, but there's all these snake men. As you've noticed, I've changed weapons and have the Black Knight Halberd. I wanted to try this out for a little while. I was running the Black Knight Greatsword for this. I'm still getting sniped at from above, and if you come down here, there's a whole little area to explore down here, just for items, basically. There are a bunch of Titanite demons down here, which are very powerful enemies. And some snake people will follow you or drop down, so make sure to watch your back. So these guys are hard to kill and require vigilance. I think you can get, and they wreck your health. See, immediately dead. There are 2 items in here to get. But you have to be careful fighting them because they're really, like I said, they carve you up, and then they have a lot of stocky health, so. Obviously, I'm not wearing any armor right now, which is not helping. But I just move faster without the armor. Also, I missed this. It's a soul of a brave warrior, so it has a lot of... Oops, Jesus Christ. I guess I put some armor on at some point now. I kind of like running around naked, though. It's fun. But I also, without any armor, I move very quickly. And this is an old game, and there's not a lot of mobility. That snake is gone. I don't know why. Maybe I already knocked it down, so. This place is kind of like a puzzle. You have to solve the puzzle to move through it. There's also a lot of traps. There's this thing on the floor there. This chest is safe. Two large Titanite shards. So there's a snake guy down here. There's also a snake guy out here, but what you'll notice in a second is these giant balls, metal balls that are... How is he alive? Like Indiana Jones style that roll down here. There's a bunch of these that are going to different parts of this fortress, and you're going to have to solve the puzzle to navigate those. You run up here. This is not a boss. There's another trap here. Snake guy. Just wanted to clear that. Steel protection, which is a good ring to have. It reduces physical damage. Wait for the next one. Follow it down. And you can jump down here too. Oops, shit, I messed up. There's an item up there. But here is Siegmeyer.
Oh ho! Ah, where did you come from? Splendid news, I tell you. Yes, indeed. For a ball, to be precise. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning. So here I sit, but who knows? Perhaps we'll have another development.
And I will be that development. It's not yet, not yet. What the hell? In every one of these games. I think it's if you're running a dex build. That scales with dexterity. Watch out when you come up. Yep. Oh. Quickly because the ball is coming. And to the left down here, there's a little passageway. Now that is where the ball falls down into. Do not go down there. Now. This is the first one in the game. So up till now, you've been watching me check the chests to see if they were safe or not. I was like looking to see if the chain is pointed away or pointed towards you. This chain, it's hard to see because it blends in with the floor, but it's pointed towards you. This is the first chest in the game that we've encountered where it's pointing towards you. That means this chest is not safe to open. It is a mimic. So what we're going to do is attack it. And as you can see, it is a giant enemy with a tongue and teeth. And it will bite you and kick you and attack you. Now it does still have an item inside, you just have to kill it to get it. This one is a lightning spear. But yeah, that's the trick. If the chain is pointing towards you, it's a mimic. If it's pointing away from you, then it's safe. So make sure you check, and if there's no chain at all, that's probably some trick or trap, and I would hit it just in case. So we take this elevator up. But if you can see, we are very close to where the metal ball comes down. So we're going to run up. And we are here where the metal ball is, in fact, being hit one way or another. Now, what we can do is affect the direction that this ball is going. There are 4 sides. One goes down to where that snake man was resting. One goes down here where we just came up. One goes down towards Siegmeyer, and one goes out here and falls down to nothing. So this handle thing is where we're going to push it. If you'll notice, the ball is going in the opposite direction that this handle is. So if it's pointed this way, it's going that way. So I'm going to push it this way. That, the ball will now go out that way, and it will be harmless. There's nothing down out there, there's nothing the ball can affect. Now, before I leave it out that way, I'm going to push it this way and send it down there. I don't want it to be there permanently, but I'm going to send 1 or 2 balls down there because that snake that was resting against the wall, the ball will go up to that, it will kill the snake, and it will break the wall, revealing a new area. So 2 should be enough. And now we're going to send it out down there because that's harmless. Now, we can go down in there to that area and see where the ball broke, but the way to progress forward is through here. Now, there's another trap. And I'm moving very quickly through this area. This is a very thin walkway, and there's a lot of these things here. But when I first played this, it took me forever to like figure all this shit out. I just know it all now. There's going to be a snake on our right here. And there's going to be a snake behind us. We got to deal with that quickly. Oh. Goes down somewhere that connects back to a previous place, but I'm not going to go down there. And if we go this way, this should be it. That might trigger that snake to come down, and then we'd be blocked from it. Don't want that. So then but there's, I think, another snake over here, maybe? Yes, guarding an item. These guys are parryable, I believe, but I'm just taking a hit on that shield. And over here, we have a large titan shard. Now, watch out for this guy. He's going to be throwing weapons at us. Made it. There's another trap here. So he died. This is not a boss yet either. This is also the next area. And we gotta move quickly because there's gonna be a giant throwing giant stones at us. So we're gonna come up here. We're gonna grab this, which is a large soul. And fall down here. Voila! There's the bonfire. Very quickly through Sun's Fortress. Also, before we do that, you can come down here. There's a knight down here. Here. Another knight. As you can see, so it's safe. Flame stone plate ring that reduces flame damage. So if you're fighting something like the Ceaseless Discharge or the Demon Fire Sage guy later, or the Centipede Demon who we'll have to fight too, or Quelaag, that reduces the flame damage. So we're gonna come back up here. Another way you can go, where they're going to be still throwing stuff at us, so watch out. Large Titanite Shard up there is the boss, but if you go this way, there's going to be a big Black Iron Knight here, armed with the Black Iron set that you saw that I had. I already did this. He also drops large Titanite Shards, which are good items for upgrading. And drops 800 souls in your first run through. So you can farm him, and if you go down here, there's an NPC at the end of this. There's an item and there's an NPC battle, which I'll show you guys. This guy, I think this guy. I thought it was somebody else. Maybe there are two. So, kill him. It's him. Ricard's Rapier, which is a good item for those who are doing magic builds, and that has dex. There are two chests over here. They're both safe. This one has the rare Ring of Sacrifice, which I think can either be used a couple times or saves like a lot, I don't know. And then Divine Blessing, which is an item that like completely restores all of your HP and I think HP and magic or something. I don't quite remember. I don't use either of those, but you can always check out what they do. But those are over there. Now there is a summon for this boss, which I think the first couple times I fought him consistently used, but then the last time I didn't. I probably won't this time, but I'll show you where you can find it. And remember, you have to be human to summon for a boss. Here, and if you want to go fight that giant, you can jump off here. Also, oh fuck, I missed. Sniper crossbow, sniper bolt down here. Obviously, this is where we were. But where I was trying trying to jump, there's an NPC that has a bunch of things you can buy, including some really rare and important rings that give you some good boosts, and there's probably an item in there too. I'm gonna try again. Why not? Man, I am not very... Wow, I landed spikes. This is a hard jump in my opinion. You really have to be like leaping right from the very tip of it. Remember, you have to double tap. Come in here. This guy. I want to see.
But I'm no different from those. Ah, you think you're different? Yes, I remember that. So, let me help you.
He feels a kinship to you, and you can buy these Titanite shards from him. Green Titanite shards are specifically for enchanted weapons, and they're pretty. This could be pretty rare, so like having them here to buy is good. You can buy these two items, some weapons, arrows. This is where you buy the Katarina set to look like the Onion Knight, and the Steel set, and the Balder set. And the Balder set makes you look like the Balder Knight, which was down there that we just fought. And then there's these two rings. Thunder Stoneplate boosts lightning defense, and Spell Stoneplate boosts magic defense. And as you saw, we just got the fire one. Those are all really, really good rings to have. If you fight any fire enemy, any lightning enemy, any magic enemy, they will reduce the damage. You can come down here. And this is that area where you saw from above. That's where the ball was coming out of. And there is a cage key. Now that cage key that I just picked up is going to be used at the bottom floor of Sun's Fortress, where the ball killed the snake guy and broke through the wall. I haven't gone down there yet since I made it do that, but I talked about it being able to do that, and there is a NPC in a cage that you can unlock the cage then with that cage key, and then also you can use it as a shortcut back to the very top where we first entered. Alright, so I've done this a couple times now, so I'm gonna set the bonfire before taking out the boss. I think I want to get myself a little treat here soon. Some dessert. Giant or going left, or going to go right. Turn left here. There's a one of those Balder Knights. They are parryable. And if you kill them and come down through here, it should be an item or something. No. No. Okay, there's no point of that. That's weird. I guess they put that there just to trick you. Okay, so you can come here, and these cages are a shortcut back down when you unlock it. We haven't unlocked it. Actually, is the NPC in the cage already? No, I don't think so. Open. Yep, so I used the cage key. So that's the key I picked up. So if you come down here, it will be where the boulder smashed through. I'll show you that area. Actually, no, this one goes not where I want to be. This one goes to where we first entered the fortress. But one of them does go all the way down. I don't know if it's the other one or... I don't know. Anyway. Then we come up here. Across this bridge. There is somebody shooting at us right now on the right. Now, this is the boss right here. There's also stairs going up here and to the right. If you go to the right into this castle rampart, it looks like there's nothing in here right now, but if you are human, there is going to be a summon sign right here where you can summon help for this boss. And if you go up to the top here, one of those giants who is throwing the rocks is up here, and you can fight him. And I believe he's throwing rocks at you during the boss fight, if I remember correctly. When he does that attack, he wears himself out. So you can get some free. He's pretty stocky. Giants throwing those balls. He drops a Titanite chunk, which is a really important upgrade item for weapons. And we can fight the boss now without worrying about these things being thrown at us. This is the Iron Golem. I think actually that giant is that guy above would have been throwing stuff from there. Now, him to fall off the edge, but I don't do that. If you guys have played Demon Souls and you remember the boss of Tower Knight, this guy is remarkably similar to Tower Knight, and I think we'll do that for him. You can also stagger him with this. He seems very unsteady. Down for the count. Alright, and so after that, that is the Iron Golem, so that's 4 bosses down. In the middle there's a warp to go to Anor and Londo, which is the next area, and there's a boss there that is the midway point. Once we beat that boss, we'll be able to warp. This area is also in Dark Souls 3. There's a lot of connections from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 3 that I will point out once we get to that game. But yeah, it's kind of a beautiful area. It's a giant city. It's very cool. There are these giant knights that are enemies. Over here they're guarding this chest, which is and has a demon titanite, which is a really good upgrade item. Really rare. And down here is the bonfire. There's also a firekeeper down here.
You are a rare visitor. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, exit here and head straight yonder. If you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you.
We can reinforce our Estes here.
What is it?
And talk
What
to
am
her.
I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire. If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city? A gatekeeper and a guide. That is my calling.
All right. Now, if you go straight there, that's where we're gonna go for the advanced story. If you go left here, there's another big room with tower knights and more chests. And then if you go out to the right and past that, it's the Duke's Archives, but there's a giant yellow gate blocking that, so we're not able to go to that area yet. That'll be kind of a almost end game area. Now, one of those chests, you'd have to take out the knights because one of those chests is a chest that attacks you, a mimic, and so fighting the mimic and two of these knights at the same time is quite difficult. They have a big sweep, a long range, and there's two of them. So, and they're pretty decently stocky. So this is a tough fight for just a regular enemy. That one's dead now. These guys, unfortunately, are also not perma-kills, so they do respawn. I mean, fortunately if you want to farm them, but unfortunately for this stuff. So this chest, as you can see, it's pointing towards us, so this is a mimic. The mimics are worse in Dark Souls 2, in my opinion, than the other two Dark Souls, because in Dark Souls 2, they it's just, that game's just so, there's a lot, and we'll get there. This drops a crystal halberd, which, again, the crystal weapons are better for magic users. This chest is safe. Twinkling Titanite, which upgrades special weapons. There's another of those Guardian guys out here, and past him is up those stairs is the Duke's Archives, but we can't get there yet. Now, there's technically from this point forward, there are 3 possible bosses. There is the next boss we have to fight for the main story and progression, where we get the ability to warp and progress through the rest of the game after that. There's a hidden secret covenant down in this area too that we can join, and if we attack the leader of that covenant, we commit a sin, which I explained on the Monday stream, and you would need to request absolution where the Bell Gargoyles was from committing a sin, but there's a very, very optional, very, very hidden boss that we can fight. And the third place is a new area called the Painted World. And that is, I said in the stream Monday, we went to demon. Oh, so you can cut this guy's tail off too for fighting gargoyle tail off. But so I went back to the asylum, and when we fought the stray demon, we went back to my cell and got the child's doll. So we need that item to access this painting down in this area, which warps us to the Painted World. And at the end of the Painted World, there's another optional, very optional boss. That boss also has a tail that can be cut off. So yeah, I mean, two of the bosses are like the most optional bosses in the game. Like, you really don't have to fight them, and not only that, like I said, fighting and killing one of them adds a sin. There's an item back here. This chest is safe. Demon Titanite again. I'm gonna kill all three because I don't have videos for them at the moment, and I want to show you guys the bosses. So I will be fighting all three this run. I did not fight the two optional bosses on New Game Plus because I didn't need to for the Platinum. But this time around I will fight them for my stream. Okay. So I don't know what order I want to do this in. I guess whatever I get there first. So we go up here. Drop down. This is for one of the optional bosses, by the way. Come in through this window, and there are going to be these enemies here. They're very quick and agile, and they're painted guardians, and they use this painted guardian sword, which is the fastest weapon in this game. And they also throw throwing knives at you. Now, there's also, as you can see, a labyrinth up here of a very tightrope walk, and they are going to be more of those enemies throwing things at us. So you have to be careful with your balance and make sure you're platforming correctly. Also, there's a chandelier down there with an item that you can drop down and get, but you have to be careful. See, they throw things at you, and they can knock you off. But I killed them in one hit, so. Now, I think I can drop down here and get it, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that kills me, but as you can see, it also knocks the chandelier down, and the item is now on the bottom floor, which is where we have to go on the bottom floor to get the Painted World. Sadly, I did just throw 212,000 souls into the void, and we have to go back and get them. Oh, I'm gonna go get my treat. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. I got my treat. Coming down here. This weapon is really good because it has power and range. I think it's... what is it? Scales with strength. Interesting. Okay, my souls are over there. So we have to be careful. Balancing again, and with that painted guardian that's going to be throwing things at us. Got my souls, so that's cool. There's another one up there. Now up here, there's a chest on our left, and then... Oh. That was close. And then the way to advance is on our right, so... Oh, there's a third one, that's right. Uh-oh. That was close. So I think you can drop down and get that chest, but then we would have to do all of this over again, so I'm not gonna go get the chest at the moment, but there is a chest over there. This is not a boss. Now, this lever, basically right here, is from this staircase is both optional bosses. There's going to be another gargoyle too. Both optional bosses are accessed by this. I guess first we'll deal with the gargoyle. Oh, he's not. I don't see him. Sorry, I'm just gonna skip that. So, before I pushed it, it was connected to the chapel there, which would have been where I do the painted world. But after you push it, actually, I lied. This is where you come down. This is the bottom floor. So there's going to be a ton of these painted guardians down here. That item that we knocked down from the chandelier is also, see, there's a lot of them. Now I killed them in one hit, and this, using what I'm using. Oops. I guess not with that one. So that's good. So the item was a sorcery, great magic weapon. So if you want all the sorceries, you need to for the platinum, or the trophy for the platinum. That's one of them. I've chosen murder and violence. Throwing knife. You can also farm these guys for the swords that they're using and throwing knives, as you can see. And I think you get the set in a specific area rather than them dropping. So this is the last one. This item over here, it's the black iron set, which is, and the black iron great shield. So this black iron great shield is a really good item to have. This is the shield I was talking about that repels the lava. It's really fire resistant, so if you want to go in the lava to grab something, using the shield for this is good. There's also the great sword, which is a really good and really popular weapon in this game for strength builds. It's a big-ass sword. And then the black iron set is the set where the guy in Sen's Fortress was wearing. And if you come over here and see this giant painting, this is what I'm talking about. Once you get... Ooh, one of those guys dropped something. When you get the doll from the asylum, you can access this painting. It's a secret. More throwing knives. So, it's just a painting, and if you examine it before you have the doll, nothing really happens. But after the doll... the painted world. Don't go backwards, you will fall to your death. Now this is a very elaborate area, I should say, and I don't think that we can leave now without getting to that point where we can warp. So I think the next area that we do is going to be this area now, and the optional boss will be... I had to come here to farm when I was getting the platinum. I had to farm an item off of the Burg women that are up here. So I know this run like the back of my hand. I mean, I've known this whole game like the back of my hand. Like this place. I had to do a lot of farming here. Alright, so you come up here. That door that was down there can't open yet. I'm gonna get attacked by multiple of these guys here. I do have 20 healing, so that's good. I still don't know why they block away when they're dying. There's another one up here, and then around the corner there's gonna be guys with puffs on their head, kinda, and torches. When you kill them, they emit a noxious odor that builds up poison or like bleed or something. I don't know. I think it's poison or toxic. So try not to get hit with it. I'm gonna come around the back here. More of these guys. I don't know what they're called. Broken straight sword is a useless item. And then up here is those Burg women I was talking about. So I would farm them up here. There's the soul up here. I basically stand here and wait for them to come. There's some more over there on that tower. But they were basically like the heads of a crow and the body of a woman that are naked. So another weird naked enemy. And they do this attack where they jump up and land on your head and like grab you, so watch out for that. You can fall down here, which brings us back to the other staircase. If you come in here, you are some rats at the bottom. You can farm humanity here. There's another sword. Now you can drop from this bridge down here. You take a lot of fall damage, but so if you've played Demon Souls, also the first boss in the game is the Phalanx, and that's what those guys are. We brought it back. You can come back here and you can unlock the shortcut back that main from to the bonfire with those main doors. Now you can come down to the right. More of these enemies. There's some items. I think. Pyromancy, Acid Surge. So that's a special pyromancy there, needed for the platinum. Oh. 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 That was almost fatal. That's weird, I got stuck. Soul of a Proud Knight, Soul of a Proud Knight. Those you can break for lots of souls. Over here we have Large Soul of a Proud Knight. So lots of souls. Now, these guys are really good to farm for souls. If you need souls, they each drop a lot. And they drop, I think, spears or something. So I remember having to, like, when I wanted to level up and farm for levels. But be careful, because if they're facing you, like the direction you're in, they can kind of all throw their spears at you and you can die really quick. Other than that, they're not very difficult. Just gotta keep the positioning right. You can actually even take multiple out at the same time. If you have a swinging weapon. It wasn't a very complicated boss for Demon Souls, but Demon Souls was a very early rendition. That's all of those. This is not a boss either. Not yet. This is a big empty area. You can go up these stairs, but I believe the door is locked at the moment. Now, there's an underground area here too. You can drop down this well. It's quite heinous because there are a lot of the skeletons that roll around with the wheels. In this game, they kill you very quickly if they can connect. An item over here. Another soul. It's a trap. You're ambushed. These guys. Come down here, and this also goes down underground to where that where you can go down the well, or you can come down this way. Now, there are these skeleton wheel guys, and they are enemies, so you have to be careful. There's a lot of them. I recommend picking them off one by one and not going too far into this area until you have these, otherwise there will be some that you don't see that will all come at you at the same time. I see two more. This one, I'm going to deal with this one first. See, they do a lot of damage, and what happens is it compounds on itself because they keep rolling into you. And there's going to be another area in the game where, down by the giants, which, as I said, is a terrible area, where there's going to be more of these guys. Now, that skeleton just showed us hidden... Oh, and there was another one that I didn't see, and that skeleton just opened up a hidden area for us. I was going to show you. He attacked into the wall, and there's a hidden connection. So now we can go straight back through here. The Phalanx respawns. Careful than I thought. Item in here. Soul of a Proud Knight. Looks like two are coming at us. There's another one down there. Cautiously optimistic. It's a hidden wall. There's going to be more of them in here. So we're going to lure them out. Oh my god. It was not supposed to be able to turn the corner that effectively. I thought it was going to hit the wall. But that shows you just how quickly they can kill you. Too ambitious. And two of them attack. Luckily, it went okay. Not what we want to happen. That's why I was methodical. There is an area later in the Tomb of the Giants where I just kind of run through and like a shit ton of them roll after me and I can easily die there, but it's a boss run back, so. that? Anyway, there's another hidden wall here. I don't know where he went. See, that's what I was expecting to happen before. There's a lot of twisting passageways. Okay, this is the annex key that opens a door up top that we need. I might have been able to do it with a master key, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of hidden walls here. No, 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 no. There is, I think, one more item around the corner here, and also there's a ladder right around that corner that goes up to a little hidden area with an item. Really bad. Now, I think there's also a hidden wall over here. Maybe not. Once they get going, they can't really maneuver very well. Right here. Oh wait, this is just a well. I feel like there was something else. No? I don't know. Anyway, that annex key that we grabbed down there is for this door. Going to the left up there, you can go right through here, and there's an item. This is the Belka's rapier, which is a pretty unique rapier. Toxic, that's the one. Let's see if I have any of the... Yeah, I don't have any of the blooming purple, just the regular purple, and that does not work. So we'll just have to keep an eye on my health. guys down here. There's also, I think, a bird on the bird leaves. Can like come down here. There's a dark ember here, which is an important item to get to one of the smiths. I had to farm these guys. Also a hidden wall right here. I thought there was. Maybe not. I swear there was an item in there. Maybe I'm just... Maybe I'm just remembering the person lying about it. Alright, and so we go up here. Bird leads were over here, but they're up. I knew there were more. And that was a miracle right there. We're collecting all the miracles. Watch out for that drop. Velka is set. Now you can come around here or over here. That dragon there at the end is the one I was telling you about last stream. There's another one of those dragons in the Valley of Drakes, and there's one right here. Now this is the back of a house that we can access on the other side over there. Large soul. Another ambush. More of these guys in this house. Comes out over here where we were before. You can come down here. There's a guy with an arrow, which is also an ambush. If you come down in this doorway, there's an item you can chop off, and it will go down in the courtyard with the Firelink. Drop down into this area. There's Soul of a Brave Warrior over here. And I think you can drop down here. And this is like down in the basement of one of those areas with some ice. A chest over here. It's safe. This is where you get the painting guarding set, which are the people we were fighting in the church with all the throwing knives. Hey, we almost have enough to level up. Just need 100,000 or so more. There's an item here. Soul of a Brave Warrior. A lot of those around. which are good on your first run through, good for leveling up. Another item over here. This is an egg vermifuge, which I was talking about earlier. Go up here, there's another bird lady. That's the grab attack. And at the top here, there's an item. There's another bird lady. Oh. I think there's an item. Bruh. No, just a shriveled up dead body. No, there's an item under me. I see. So you come up here, then you drop down here. I was like, I know there's an item. Soul of a brave warrior, another one. So you get lots of souls from this area. And the bird lady dropped a souvenir of reprisal, which I believe was the item I was farming. Alright, we can go back here. Items down here, but the dragon's gonna come through. Log shoal. Blood shield. Now, dragon attack poison mist, just like that other one. He's gonna attack whatever side that you're standing on. So when you stand on a side, the attack comes. Farm for damage, and then shoot in the middle. Now he's gonna shoot this side, or he's gonna do a smash attack. He does that too. Dragon Scale, which is a good item. Now, this is a shortcut back to the boss. I always forget how to do this, but there's a weird... the back half of that dragon, he like broke off of his back half. You have to do a lunging, jumping attack, and when you hit his back half with that, it will stand up, which is really weird. But then there's a it unlocks a shortcut back to the boss, and to unlock the door, which is a shortcut to the boss, so that we don't have to keep coming to this dragon thing, I think. So let me just look up how to do it again real quick. So it's forward, and then R2 or RT at the same time. So on a PS5, R2 is the heavy attack, but you have to hit forward at the same time. called a jump attack. So you have to do a jump attack specifically. As you can see, if you do a regular attack or a regular... Okay. Why the hell was I facing to the right? Damn, I was literally just showing you guys what you can't do. Alright. Well, at least I have all 20 of my Estus now. I've fully explored the area, so I couldn't have really done the boss that well anyway with one Estus. So now we'll actually be able to fight the boss. That'll be cool. Just run past all these crow bitches. I'm sick of them. After farming so much. I'm not gonna attack him and explode him, because then I'll get toxic. I'm gonna come down here. Dragon is a permakill, so he's dead. I was quite literally just showing you that if you do a regular charge attack and regular attack, that won't open. But if you do that attack, so it's a forward and he'll stand up, which is really weird, and then you drop down. So I believe you can come back here. There's gonna be a hard enemy ahead. He's like an elite guard or something, and there's also an ambush. I think you can come back here and open this door now, which is a shortcut back. But I could be wrong. I guess you can't. Yeah, so this was an ambush. A lot of these guys back here. So you have to be careful with this run back to this boss. And then there's a big knight at the end too. Titanite shot. You can farm him for those. And this is the boss. It's very optional. So if you don't choose to fight her, you just talk to her, move past her, and then you come back into the regular world. So this is a very optional boss. Her name is Crossbreed Priscilla. There she is standing right there. A lot of people say like Sister Freed, the DLC boss from Dark Souls 3, is based off of kind of her appearance, which I believe also because in Dark Souls 3 the DLC is the Painted World that Slave Knight Gale brings you into, and Sister Freed has a scythe, and Crossbreed Priscilla fights with a scythe, so you talk to her.
One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
So she said if you came to seek her, it's unrequited, so she doesn't want to seek you. If you go behind her and choose not to fight her, you can just go over into that bridge and you'll be warped back home.
Thou must returneth whence
so
thou
she tells you to go back to where you
land
came.
Is peaceful. Its inhabitants kind.
Yeah, right.
But thou dost not belong.
She says,
I beg of thee.
Go home, leave us in peace.
Plunge down from the plank.
Which is kind of what Sister Freed says
home.
in the DLC in Dark Souls 3, so she kind of says that. And so I'm going to ignore her and aggro.
I expected as much from thee. Why
she says I expect it.
Toward thine death?
So this boss is invisible. So you gotta see, just like Sister Freed. So yeah, Sister Freed is based on this boss. 100%. So you have to find where she's gonna attack you. And remember, her tail can all, right there, footsteps. Her tail can also be chopped off for an item. massive damage to her though, so I don't know if I'd be able to get her tail. It's kind of hard to attack too. But I already have it. I already have it. Oh, there we go. Ha! I got it, and Priscilla's dagger. And that's that fight. It's kind of sad because she says, like, leave us in peace, and then she's like, why did you do this? So it's like, you didn't really need to kill her or fight her at all, so. But I wanted to show you that. And you get her, if you hit her tail, you get her dagger, and that's one of the unique items for the platinum. For the Knight's Honor trophy or whatever. And we get a homeward bone, which I will probably use, which is why they gave it to you. Alright, so that's one of the optional bosses, and that's the Painted World of Ariamis. Almost enough to level up, honestly. I probably should, because I have a lot of those. Soul. 15 Soul of a Brave Warrior, 13 Soul of a Proud Marshal. 467 I needed. Soul of a Proud Knight, 17. And I really don't even need to. Quick load. Strength, leveling that up doesn't even change anything. Dexterity doesn't even change anything. Resistance just gives me a little bit of poison resistance. Intelligence doesn't change anything. Faith doesn't change anything. Attunement gives me more attunement slots for magic. So sure. I don't need to use magic, but at least that does something. Okay, I think, what time is it? It's about to be midnight. I think I might wrap up the stream here tonight. We moved through quite a bit tonight. We got through, where did we start? I can't even remember, jeez. I know we did Sun's Fortress, and the Iron Golem. We just did the Painted World and Crossbreed, Priscilla. Oh yeah, we started in the depths, and did the Gaping Dragon. What did we do after that? We fought like 2 bosses after that before the Iron Golem. I don't even remember what we did. Let's see, what areas are there? Oh, we went to Blighttown, that's right. We went down through Blighttown, we did Chaos, which Quelaag. We did the Ceaseless Discharge. We did the Gaping Dragon from the depths. And then we did the Iron Golem in Sun's Fortress. And we just did Crossbreed Priscilla in the Painted World. And so the next 2 bosses, one, like I said, is very optional. I will show you a secret area where there's a secret covenant, which you can get a trophy for. And that boss will be Gwendolyn, and then we will move to the main boss, who we need to beat, Ornstein and Smo, and then that will give us the warp, so that we can warp to all the bonfires. It also unlocks the Yellow Fog Gate, so after that we'll probably do the 4 Kings. We'll be able to go back down to the Demon Ruins and do the Demon Fire Sage Demon. And then go through to Ceaseless and all that, and then we'll also unlock Duke's Archives, and we can move through the rest of the game from there. So this is our second stream walkthrough for Dark Souls 1. Just just over 3 hours, almost 3 hours and 15 minutes. And we will wrap up here, and then probably either tomorrow night or Friday or over the weekend or one of the next couple nights I will stream again, and we will start with the secret area and Gwendolyn and then Ornstein and Smoke. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you soon.